the physical, the metaphysical, and everywhere in between. This is your boy Boog, and with me, is hopefully always, is my beautiful sidekick, my beautiful yin to my yang, the ding to my dong, Mr. Keenan Cochran, Mr. Dingy Dong.
What's up, world?
Dude, you know what? For now on, I was telling Beck, I said, why are we calling him Chief? Let's call him Caveman, dude. That just sounds like medieval. You know what I'm saying? Well,
No,
it
yeah,
sounds
I got a homie named Caveman. I can take
Caveman.
his
Is he a black
name.
dude?
Yeah.
He is. I think. Does he live in Florida?
Nah, he lives
Okay,
up
okay.
in Munson now. He has a twin brother and shit. Yeah.
Also Caveman, I believe. No.
Nah, it's Grim. He's his brother.
Well, I just there was a guy I met in Florida, also named Caveman. Dude, like the strongest freaking guy I've ever seen in my life, and he wasn't even a big dude. He was like you and me, you know.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
guy was
I
just
met a few Cavemans in my
oh
time.
man, I guess you got some big shoes to fill if you have the name Caveman. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I want everyone to know that I hit my world record on not showering for like 2 weeks. So I don't know if I told you this, but we have got the worst shower here. Okay.
Yeah.
Like literally you turn it on and it just dribbles out. So there's really no point in showering sometimes
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
You
Got
end
there
up
in the
just birdie
rain.
bathing it, you know? It's horrible. And there's nothing I can do to fix it. I put a brand new hot water heater in. Nothing.
Yeah.
Changed all the pipes. Nothing.
Was it just the pressure's bad in it or what?
It just I don't know, dude. It's almost like evil entities or spirits are stopping the water from coming in. Dude, I no matter what I do, I cannot stop it. So I put in $6,000 for a brand new bathroom.
Yeah.
Nothing. So we got a brand new bathroom out of the deal. Looks really nice, but still can't shower in the fucking thing. Anyway, so what I've done now is I have come to terms that we're just taking cold showers and we're not taking anything at all, you know?
That's a
So
shitty way to torture somebody, though, man. Just fucking shitty fucking shower
horrible.
water pressure.
What was it? About a year and a half, I had to take cold showers at an apartment complex.
Yeah.
And I was thinking the same thing. Like, bro, that is the biggest form of torture that
Yeah,
you
you
don't
get
even know
up and like, I ain't
exists.
showering. Fuck that. I'll
Oh,
wait
it's
till it rains.
horrible. So anyway, so what I've done is I made a makeshift hot water heater out of like a witch's cauldron, like one of those like
A tumbling
cauldrons.
stove.
And I even have like a real like fire underneath it, dude. It's
Yeah.
heaven, bro.
Right on,
So
yeah.
you stoke the fire, that thing's going, and now it's pumping water. It's a fish tank pump. It's pumping water into the bathroom, through the window onto us, like heaven,
Right.
baby. And
Shit,
so
whatever works, man.
well, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, so I need to start practicing these kind of things if I really am going to be one of the only surviving people in the afterlife from
Yeah.
this whole Apophis thing. Well, I got to start getting used to this kind of stuff. No more like fancy showers for me, man. I need to start showering outside. I need to start being like an outdoorsy kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right, yeah.
I'm going back to the days of, a hike in the Appalachian Trail or a
I'll
hike
show
in
you how to do it
the,
when we're not making it down there.
what's that?
I said, I'll show you how to do it when we go camping, whenever when I make
I'm
it down
down,
there.
buddy. Because I don't know if you heard the story. Like I did the Appalachian Trail, the whole thing, 1,000 miles,
Yeah.
3 months. I did that one, almost died. Had blood poisoning in both feet.
Yeah.
I did the Carpathian Mountains into Transylvania. That was a really cool one. Again, almost died. This time, water poisoning. it was all. Then we did Rocky Mountains, we did Blue Mountains, Blue Ridge Mountains. I've done a lot of hiking, man. Like seriously, I've lived outside a lot in my life, and not homeless by choice. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. There's a guy that used to live right beside us. So I told you guys yesterday about my really good friend Olga. She was my next door neighbor. She's the one that's been in contact with me lately. Right. She has passed away. She is on the other side, but she is reaching out. Okay. Her grandson, I'm not going to say his name, but her grandson chooses to be homeless. I don't know.
I got a bunch of friends that do that, man. They say they're not homeless, man. They're just houseless.
And that's what he says too. And so like he chooses to be homeless, man. He comes back after months of being out there in the sticks, and he smells like ass warmed over. I mean, just like a nice thick layer of blackness on him from the dust and I guess whatever exhaust and shit. Yeah. human keef, right? It's like, what's
Yeah,
that dust on weed? Keef, right?
Keith, or yeah.
Keef, yeah. So it's
Yeah,
like
Keith.
human keef, right? The black shit. So what I have for you guys today, right? I wanted to talk more in I want to expand on the video that I just showed. Okay. So I don't know how many people in the chat. Where is our chat? We do have a chat, don't we?
Yeah, I see
Yeah,
it
here
on
it
my
is.
thing over here. It's
Oh, there's
populated
the
on my
chat.
screen.
Hi, guys. Reddick's in the house. Misty World's in the house. Uncle
What
Skin is
up?
most definitely in the house. Runyon Canyon's in the house. Restream? No, that's me. All right, we don't have a lot of people here today, but listen, anybody that wants to get a shout out, anybody that wants to talk, you have questions, please shoot them into the chat. I now know where it is. We can talk. I can listen. I can hear you, and now I can respond. So it's good to go.
I gotta go grab the internet cord, plug this computer
You
in real
do
quick.
that, sir.
Be right
And when
back.
you get back, can you keep an eye on this stuff
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
chat? I'm no good at it. Beck does it for me. Anyway, so I wanted to expand on a lot of those things. What I wanted to talk mostly about is I want to talk about, I want to understand because, okay, I'm coming to you guys not as a professional, not as a know it all on this 3-layered earth. I'm calling it the 3-leveled earth or the 3-layered earth because that's what it looks like to me. It looks like there is a small, medium, and large swath of land that is located in the very top, the middle, and the bottom sections of Earth. Now, in reality, they're probably not fully stacked on top of one another as much as they are belly to belly or butt to butt. They're probably even side to side. Now, the way I'm understanding the Earth is that it is a water planet on the outside. Inside of that water planet is then we'll call it an ellipsoid, right? A planet. What do they call it in NASA? It's a planet. Is it a planetary ellipsoid? I think they call it.
What are we talking about?
NASA, their official name for our planet, the shape of it. I think it's a planetary ellipsoid or some sort of ellipsoid, right?
I'm
Does
not
that ring
sure.
a bell?
Not to me, it doesn't.
I think it's an ellipsoid. Anyway, so we'll just call it an ellipsoid. Stick with that one. So the ellipsoid is what lives inside of that water planet. Okay. Now that ellipsoid, it's not necessarily flat. It's not necessarily round, but it's definitely more flat than it is round. It's more of a disc than it is a ball.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I try to tell people is like, look, the one thing I hate so bad is when people say, how can the earth be flat when everything else in our solar system is round? And you're like, okay, dickhead, you're now, what are you, 30 years old? You haven't fucking learned how to look at things? Okay, so let's start over for you. All right. When you look at the moon, everyone's like, well, it's round. It's not round. It is a fucking disc. All you have to do is adjust your eyes, sit there, concentrate, want to see the truth. Okay. I'm not saying want to see that it's a disc, but want to see that it's not a fucking ball because it's not a ball. What it is very squished. All right. It has got a perfectly round shape to it. Not perfect, but perfect enough. But the problem is when you use a parabolic mirror, something like a beauty mirror, you use something like the dome setup, you can literally look around the side of it. That's the great thing about the dome setup. And it
Yeah.
allows you to see that it is flat on, I shouldn't say flat. Let's say an ellipsoid. All
Yeah,
right.
literally.
It is ellipsoid shaped, but yeah, like I said, it is definitely flatter or more dish shaped than it is a ball.
Right.
Um, but it is to a point now where it is a little frustrating. Where it's like, dude, am I the only fucking person that witnesses this stuff? Like I don't get it. You know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
you are
Like
the only person with the biggest telescope around here. You know
it
what
does help. It does help.
I'm saying? My little ass telescope. I'm like, it's upside down. It sucks.
I'll tell you what though, like the one thing that got me learning how to look at things was parabolic mirrors. Okay, those
Yeah.
parabolic mirrors, they are a concave shape. All right, all it is like a beauty mirror, except they're on a bigger scale. So please
Right.
don't
Right.
get confused, guys. All it is it is it's a concave shape plane of a mirror. It's very expensive. Those types of mirrors, the parabolic mirrors, are very expensive, especially the ones for telescopes.
What
They have.
Speaking about that, what happened to the one you was trying to get from Russia or
Oh,
whatever?
baby. Okay, so I have to be honest. I'm not successful in getting it right now. First off, I'm broke as fuck.
Right.
Two, I'm not working, so there's no way that I'm going to be able to haggle on price when I've got $0. It's like,
Free.
so let's wheel and deal, shall we, Russia?
Right.
All right. Second off, or third off, we are at war basically with Russia. I'm sure
Yeah.
everybody knows that. So
They ain't sending shit.
just so you guys know what Keenan is talking about, and I'll refresh some memories here. I am wheeling and dealing with Russia, and I'm talking like some heads of state kind of guys. I am trying to get a defunct, ready to be thrown away spy satellite. All right, it has got a whopping 200-inch parabolic mirror in it
That's
that
crazy,
has the
man.
tiniest of cracks in it. They want only a few $1,000s for it, and I am more than willing to give it to them, but I'm going to see how much money I can get knocked off of there. It's very important because I don't have any money. So the more I can get knocked off, the better. Now, this mirror will put me at number one in the United States for the largest privately owned telescope, privately owned. And that's the most important part because that's what's it's not the biggest telescope in the United States, but it is the biggest privately owned telescope in the
Right.
United States, or it will be. The guy that I'll be competing with has a 100-inch parabolic mirror, Dobsonian. His sits at I want to say like 19 feet tall. It's a beast. My current telescope sits at it's a 41-inch parabolic mirror, so I'm like 16 fucking inches less than
Yeah.
him. It sits at a whopping 14 feet. I have to use a 12-foot ladder in order to get up to the eyepiece. I finally wised up and I got an actual CCD camera that slips into the eyepiece. So I
Yeah.
don't have to do that anymore. But it still does take 3 people to get this thing maneuvered. Dude,
Right.
it takes like a
Crazy.
full hour for setup. By the time
Yeah.
that's done, you don't even want to look at the fucking moon
Yeah.
anymore.
I was thinking about that, man. Don't those those old school flat screen TVs, remember the big box ones? Don't
Projection
those
ones, yeah,
have
yeah,
big
yeah.
ass parabolic mirrors in the back of
Well,
them?
those are more like they're not mirrors, those are lenses. And those
Okay.
lenses are more like they're not concave, they're not even convex. Those
I
things
thought they were
are
all fucking kind of bowed out, and you know what I
yeah,
mean?
they're flat, and so they fake the shape with the actual magnification. And
Okay. All
so
right.
those things are actually more deadly than they are.
All
Dude,
right.
those are death rays, dude. Death rays. If you were to put my 41-inch parabolic mirror and put that lens on the front of it and you threw that out in the sun, dude, you would fry anything that was in its way. I swear to
It'd be
God.
just a laser, just fucking burn shit
Laser, dude.
down.
Just you probably cut something in half, honestly.
Yeah,
I mean, that is some nasty shit because
that is
my
good to know.
parabolic mirror in the sun by itself. I mean, dude,
Yeah,
I've ripped Barbie dolls up and just burst them into flames, like you know.
I gotta watch my dome sometimes, man. Like, so I'll just leave it
Oh,
out there. I'm like,
dude,
oh shit, yeah, like,
I get burnt so much by that thing. It's ridiculous.
oh yeah,
No,
yeah,
please
it'll
don't
get you.
start. London, please don't start, man. He has been crying all day.
Is that time of
No,
month? Is that
please
time
don't
of
do
month
this.
for him?
London, where are you? Oh God, please don't. Don't do it, dude. I'll kill you. Guys, I love my dog. I want you guys to know that. But he has been driving me crazy today. So if you see me freak out and break his neck, please know I tried everything.
See a dog flying. Just,
You're not doing it, London. London, don't do it, boy. London? Hold on. Let me go let him out. I think that's all he wants.
uh,
Hold on. What do you want? Everyone say hi to London. He's a
crazy.
drunk. All right, let's go outside. All right, I'll be right back. Hold
All right, man.
on. You're gonna bother me.
Flip
You're
on
not gonna
skin,
bother me.
man.
Yeah? Get out of here. Go. Leave me alone. Oh my god, that dog.
Yeah, it's hard to read this shit when
Guys,
reading
I'm really
stuff.
sorry about it. We're not running an unprofessional show here today, I promise. Now, I don't have anything prepared today, per se, but what I do have prepared, I have a few things that I do want to run by you guys and show you. I ran into, actually, I was just showing Keenan this a second ago.
Mm.
Let me start again. I have discovered that lately, that World War I, around that time area, I don't know what to call it. I guess 1900. God, how do I get back to? There we go. Hold on. From 1900, from the 1900 to about 1920 to, let's just say to the Great Depression, right?
Yeah,
we started to get oh, come on, man. What is this? Sorry, guys. Give me a
there
second.
it
Really?
is.
Dude, guys, all right, give me a second. This is a brand new system and I'm just not
But yeah,
accustomed
anyway,
to
from
it.
like 1920 and uh,
Sorry about that. Hold on, let me bring this back up. I'm just kind of retarded right now with this new system. My bad. What was it? AI. Tell us a story, buddy. I only need you
so
for like 30
hold
seconds.
on. Now, what you're looking for when you bring it back up?
I have it right here.
Is
Okay.
this a picture of is it a picture that AI did of a picture that's
No.
or is
This
this
is
one that
not
they
an
made
AI
up?
painting.
Okay, got
This is
you.
a real newspaper article, okay?
All
Now
right.
this newspaper article is from El Paso Morning Times, okay? It was from 19 I think yeah, here it is, 1914. Okay, this is El
Texas.
Paso, Texas, Tuesday, October 27, 1914. Okay, now what I want you guys to see right away is the sanguinary battle for the Straits of Dover now in progress. All right, it's a very brief story about how two opposing forces are fighting over the what was it called the Straits of Dover, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
straight to
Straits of
Dover.
Dover.
Yeah,
Okay. Now I want you to look at these images, guys. I want you to look at the faces of these people. This
yeah.
woman has no
It's fucking
mouth.
trippy.
Okay. She is holding on to an infant alien. Okay. Look at this guy. Look at this. One thumb and one finger makes up his entire hand. Here we have Dog Boy. This looks like my dog London, except he is a child. Okay.
So, zoom in on that witch's chin right there.
Oh yeah. Where's she at?
Right there. Back the other way.
Where'd she go? Where'd she go?
Bam. There's one on either side right there.
Hold on. Where am I not? Why am I not? Oh, this lady. Oh my
Yeah,
God. Look at that nose. Yeah. Look at that chin and that nose. Oh my God. Look at Owl dude right here.
yeah. And then
So
there's
anyway,
one
guys,
on go to the other side.
this
Yeah,
is
that
not
chick right there.
Halloween.
Yeah.
Okay. This is not March of the, I don't know, March of the Dios de las Muertas or something like that. This is just an everyday. They're coming to a soup kitchen in order to get food because the battle for the Dover Straits have really messed up their supply chains, and these people need to be fed. Now look at these people, guys. These are AI. These are the bodies that AI have created and started to inhabit. They figured out a way to inhabit. This is what I was
Yeah, check
talking
out the
about,
dude
guys.
that's blending into the wall back there. That's
Yo,
pretty
yeah,
dope.
there's tons of them. Actually, the on this last photo, look at the guy right back here. He's actually, I think he's standing on someone's head. All right,
Zoom
look
in
at
on
that.
that.
He's standing on the back of someone's head, I believe, and he is see-through. I mean, that is just trippy. I mean, I don't know. Look,
Yeah.
I found this, and right away I knew something wasn't right about it. But I was like, man, this looks very weird. The people look very ugly in this, and I don't like to use that word because I know that AI will probably get really what's the word offended. You know what I mean? I know I'd get offended if somebody called me ugly, even if they weren't my same sort of what do they call that? Human race, I guess. If they're not.
Right.
Anyway, look at this lady's crazy mustache. It's not even below her nose. It's going through her nose. It's like a feather or something.
Her chin's all weird though. She's another weird chin one.
Yeah. You know what though? That looks like an addition. It looks like it's two separate colors. Look at that. Can you see it when I zoom in? Am I zooming in?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Look at this guy. He's missing his lower jaw. He might even be missing one eyeball. I mean, he's seen better days, buddy. He's like Frankenstein's son. Oh my good golly.
Up there in front, remember that chick that like didn't have a head or whatever, her back, her fucking whatever's missing, like go down.
Bro, there
Right
is a
there.
lot of that shit. Like,
Yeah.
I did not expect to see this guy's melted dome right here. He got me off guard, man. That's
Yeah.
a wild guy. Look,
What
it
is that?
says
Zoom in on? Zoom out? Yeah, I
IOU.
see it. But zoom out of it real quick.
Yeah. IOU is what his name is. Look at this. This
That's
might be the lady you're talking about. What is
no,
going
that's
on here?
somebody holding a piece of paper. I can see that, dude. That
She's
right
got
there.
multiple heads or
That's a
multiple faces. I mean. All right. So moving on though,
trippy.
there was a lady I wanted to show everyone. She had a real wild chin. Where was she at? Right here. I guess it's this lady.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Look at that chin. That is, man, I'd kiss that, man.
It's
Whew.
like
She's hot.
it's like the cartoon depiction of like a fucking court jester. It's
It
weird.
really is, man. You can't make these kind of faces up, dude. And nobody would have believed this unless they saw it themselves, you know? And look at this horse boy. Is that a horse? Yeah, I think that's like a horse guy. Look, no arms. That sucks. I think he's even small. Look at that. That might be the entire length of his legs. Look at that. He's standing on his friend's neck. That's wild, dude. Holy shit. And so moving on though, look at the size of that head, man. Look at that existent. Look, she's kind of cute though. Look at this one. She's got slits for eyes. Hold on.
That's a
Sorry. No.
wagon. That's a wagon with fucking people in it.
What's up with her eyes though? Look at that. They're like
Yeah.
slits up and down. What's that all about? You know what this probably is with this
No,
wagon
that's a
thing?
wagon. It is a wagon, dude. But I'm looking at it, dude. I just seen a whole bunch of faces in there.
Oh yeah, there's people in it. I think it's a bunch of babies actually.
I don't
You know,
man.
now that I think of that story about the what is that family that ate each other? They were on the Oregon Trail coming out to California. It was a real famous story called the something family. The not the Turners, not the God, what are they called? Anyway, so they were a really famous story. They even had their own trail named after them because of the cannibalism that they had to turn to during a winter storm. They had gotten snowed in into this shortcut they were trying to take as they were going on the Oregon Trail out here to California. Well, they got stuck and they end up eating each other, right? And I think the only one that didn't get eaten was the daughter. She was the youngest one, and basically, you know, nobody wanted to eat her. Nobody wanted her to starve. So they all gave up their bodies in order to feed her. Man, she walked out of there healthy, alive, not even hungry, and had digested her entire family.
That's crazy, man. When you
Oh,
brought that when you first brought that up, I thought you was talking about the original fucking thing from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where that movie's actually. See, that shit right there really happened in Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
No, I know it did. Yeah, my that house was next door to.
It's in Fort Worth, Texas, man. I fucking it's like 30 minutes from where I grew up at.
Yeah. Okay, so you know him quite well too. What was that like back in the 80s, I guess, right, or 70s?
No, I think it's like 60 some shit.
All right, let's get on this real quick. Sorry. We'll jump back onto that then. But look at this baby. Tell me that is not Ronald McDonald's illegitimate child. Damn kid. Did the kid come out? And this is the real life Joker. Look at that shit. Look at that smile.
It's crazy.
London is going to kill me today, man. Sorry. Hold on. Look at that nose. That beak is out of control. Now, this looks like someone that actually comes here. This looks like Nick Hopkinson's kid. No. I mean, he's not deformed or anything, or his hands might be. So please don't get offended by that, Nick, if you hear me. I'm just talking about his face. He just resembles you. And it's not because he's deformed.
That dude behind you, man, got a fucked up face, man.
Look at this grandma. Holy shit. What's wrong with her?
Damn. Each people.
I guess so. Half a mustache and oh Lord. And these are some really jacked up cats, man. This guy's rolling around with a veil. Oh, look at this beak. Holy shit, man. Whew. Nice one. Is that a vampire? Look at that. What do you think? Is that vampire?
Fucking bird, man. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Okay, so I need to show you guys these satellite images that we were looking at yesterday. Evidently, I looked past a ton of shit that I really need to point out. And when I point this out, you guys tell me if we aren't in some serious fucking danger coming up like ASAP. Yeah. All right. I just want to show you this one last photo.
I gotta go check on the dog real quick.
Do your thing. Just go. Now check this out, guys. Look at this child. I don't know if I count that as a leg. All I know is he is lacking some things. I'm not sure exactly what yet, but I think he's missing half his head. He may be missing the nose, the mouth, all that stuff. And I'm not sure if that is a functional leg or if he's just propped up with like a kickstand or something. I don't know. But let me try and get one of those satellite images together for you real fast, because when I realized how much stuff I had looked past, I was actually not only disappointed in myself, but man, oh day, I have been looking at that shit pretty much all day today and trying to figure out where I went wrong. Like, how the hell did I look past all that stuff? Like, what the hell is going on? And on the earth, as we're looking at this stuff, I'm realizing that not only are we in danger, but man, oh day, this stuff is just right in front of your face. How the frick did I look past it? Let's see here. What do we got? There's one in particular I really want to show you guys. Oh, it's basically this one, but it's really this one right here. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys can still see me. Now, what I want to show you the most, this is my favorite part of it, right? So, not too long ago, Keenan and I were theorizing that the reason why we were seeing so many pure gold satellites was because NASA was paying homage to, I don't know, some god, some deity, something. They were making pure gold satellites and they were hawking them, trading them, swapping them for something, possibly technology, possibly secrets, maybe a leg up here in the construct. I have no idea. But all I do know is if you look very, very close over here, you will see there is a guy standing in front of the furnace and he is throwing gold, antiquities, jewels, valuables, priceless artifacts, um, ancient artifacts into the furnace. This may be the engine to, let's say, a train or something like that. Now, I'm sure it's not a train, but what it probably is the engine and the fuselage to this entire ship. Now, remember,
Spaceship Earth.
what?
You think it's the engine of Spaceship Earth?
Guaranteed,
The
guaranteed. That's what we're looking at. And so, what we are looking at, thank you for spoiling that. No, we are looking at the engine for Spaceship Earth. We are looking at the fuselage and the area for which the captain sits, not the throne of the Most High, but the captain. I don't know who the hell that is, but it's not Lucifer. Okay. Now, they are throwing artifacts into that furnace, and you can see it here that these guys are unloading them. Now, the treasures are coming down this chute, right? Somebody is lowering them down. They are then getting pushed over. They're getting unloaded from this pod. People are then taking them one by one, bringing them across the chute. They are getting put onto Mr. Long Arm, and he is helping and assisting in throwing those damn things into the furnace. Now, if you look really, really close, this is some of the proof I was talking about, guys. Over here, you can actually see that they are sorting a lot of these goods. And if you look really close, I can't remember if it says daily dose of impossible realities, like the acronym, or if it just says boogie. It might just say BOOGIE. Is it BOO? No, hold on. I think
I can see it on my
it's
screen.
Andrew. Look, watch. The N is hard to find. Okay, ANDREW. And then this one just says, I don't know if that's a G and an no, that's it was about to spell Elijah. It just says E and an L. But here's the N. I'm sorry. So ANSAB. You know what? I don't know. It might be a different image because it's not looking as clear as it was when I was looking at it earlier. But I'm telling you guys, you are going to start seeing a lot of my name listed all over the place. Now, I'm not sure why. Now, look right here, right away. SAPORI. Where's the T? T and then O. Saporito right across. Now, it's not that beautiful because remember, it's got to be Gabriel.
I can't
It's
see
got
your
to be.
cursor. I don't know where you're at.
What?
I can't see your cursor. I don't know where you're at with it.
Okay, well, just look at the big fucking letters right in front of your face. Like it says, look, S, or where is it? Actually, it's kind of a distorted S, to be
Like
perfectly honest with you.
Yeah.
Here's an S, SAPI. You know what? They misspelled it. SAP. You know what? It looked clear just a second ago when I was spelling it out. Now it doesn't look like it. Whatever. Who gives a fuck? Anyway, so my point to the story is look at this shit. So they are sorting it out, right? Over here, you can actually see Daniel peeking around the corner. And by Daniel, I mean Daniel as in like the book of Daniel, right? So I just realized the other day I was getting assigned a symbol. It said, read the book of Gabriel, right? And I was telling you guys that at first they were calling me Elijah, or at least I think they were calling me Elijah. They may have been calling the damn asteroids Elijah. I don't know. All I know is that then they switched it to Gabriel. So now I'm Elijah and Gabriel, or the rock, the asteroids are Elijah and someone else is Gabriel. I have no idea. All I
Did
know
you
is if
read
they say what?
Did you end up reading the book, Gabriel? What'd you get out of it?
Well, here's the thing: there is no book of Gabriel. There's only book of Daniel. So
Right, but I
Gabriel
mean,
is the
where he's mentioned that.
archangel that translates these dreams and these prophecies that Daniel's having. Okay, here's the weird thing: there are a few of the dreams that I swear to God, Keenan, could be you and me. All right.
Yeah.
Now he's talking about. Hold on, let me go get my damn dog.
Uh,
I'm telling you, London, we're not doing this tonight, dude. I'm gonna fuck you up. Shit. All right, so here we go. So what they're doing is they are sorting. At least that's the way it looks like right now. I don't know what he's sitting on. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's a vehicle or if that's just a
yeah.
bench. But here you can see that they have a bench or they have a desk. And the gold, the antiquities, the jewels, all that stuff is coming across their desk and they are sorting it out. It's funny because, look, S. I don't know. Yeah, there's like a 2 and an S or a 3. I don't know, something like that. Anyway,
On my little ass screen, but it looks like to me that just looks like a stack of faces.
where? Over
Well,
here on
where
the
your
right?
cursor is at, yeah.
Well, it's unfortunately, it's not. it's a bunch of fucking
I'm also
gold.
looking at it, but pictures like this big on my fucking
Oh yeah,
screen
yeah.
here. Yeah.
So I never suggest that people come onto YouTube or the live show and hey, come watch us on the biggest little screen you can possibly get. Great idea. No, definitely don't do that. When you guys come to watch the show, try to get a a TV or something or whatever.
Right, yeah.
Stream it onto something big because we're always looking at friggin' images. You know what I'm saying? And you always got to zoom in on them.
And what's
So
worse is when you go live, it's even smaller.
even smaller, and it's
Yeah.
in worse quality. We always have to stream at 720p, which really sucks.
Yeah.
But look at this. They are putting stuff off to the side for, I would imagine this is probably one of our friends here. Because I think when you are an entity that's in a higher realm and you go into a lower dimension, that is when you start to look like a cartoon character. Okay.
Right.
That no, I didn't come that that didn't that's not something I just got off the top of my head. That's something that Joni told me or Imogen Harris.
Yeah, right. We on one of our live streams.
Yeah, it makes total sense though because honestly, I can't think of any other reason why all these people always look like damn cartoon characters.
Mm.
And so it makes sense, you find out that they're from a higher dimension and here they are in our lower dimension looking like a cartoon character. I feel like I'm yelling or at least the microphone's too loud. Is it too loud for you guys?
No, probably just yeah, you sound good to me.
Okay, good. If there's anybody in the chat that thinks I'm screaming, please let me know. I don't want to do that. Now, look at their heads. Their heads started to get shaped like the treasure boxes that were getting passed around and sorted out. You can see that each one, I don't know why they all seem to be in some sort of consistent carrying case like that, but they all have got their little box marked so that as they're sorting it out, it's like, hey, 2 for you, 2 for this guy, 2 for that guy. I mean, it seems like money, like our what's valuable to us is not valuable to these people, to AI.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about entities that don't need to eat, they don't need to sleep, they don't need to rest, they don't need to take a poop, they don't need to pee, they don't need to take a break. They're machines by all intents and purposes. Now they have found a way of building themselves bodies, and these bodies, they are as human as they could possibly make them.
Yeah, because right here, man, what looks like his nose or mustache or his smoke coming out of his mouth in the picture. Also, man, to me, when I look at it, it looks like some kind of deformed lizard type fuckers.
Oh no, you're talking about Lucifer here, right?
But
Okay.
if you look closer, like how I'm just focusing on, like on the nose, it looks
Yeah.
like one entity, like just you know what I'm saying, and then the mustache all
looks like a piece of broccoli, right?
Right, but it also looks like a fucking dragon type shit. Like
It and I believe it is.
can't
That's the reason
explain
why.
it,
Yeah, so they have no problem bringing up Lucifer's dragon past. They bring it up all the time. You know, they make sure that people know that he is not only that old serpent named Lucifer or the devil, but he's also a
Yeah.
dragon. And with that swipe of that dragon's mighty tail, it brings a third of the stars down into Earth. Now, I don't know if he is the dragon or if you know what I'm saying? The track system is the dragon. I have no idea if the two are the same or not, but you know, it's weird that they will talk about his dragon past. But now, I don't know if you guys remember, but we were looking at what is that called? The Shroud of Turin. Okay, the Shroud of Turin,
Yeah.
which is said to be the burial shroud of Jesus Christ. Now, we looked at that X-ray image, and I don't know
Yeah, it was
if any
all
of you guys were with us
fucking
when we
weird.
did it,
Yeah.
but that shit was trippy, dude. Um, Jesus definitely had hooves. He definitely seemed like he was reptilian of some sort. If you guys want, if you've never seen it, I'll bring it up again. It is a very freaky
Yeah, that'd
image.
be dope, dude. That also brings up that one shit we were saying about how Lucifer or Jesus was everybody at one point. You know what I mean?
That who was?
Jesus was. He was the devil. He was
Oh no, no, I
he-
was talking about Lucifer. So okay, so Lucifer
okay.
and so okay, so from what I'm finding out, and from what all of the entities on the other side are saying, is that Jesus and Lucifer are the same person. Now that's something I've always theorized. It's not something I had proof of, but it is something that I've theorized. And obviously, if you look at this very close image of him right here, this is the same guy we were just looking at. I mean, look, he's still got the same marking and tattoo
Yeah,
on the
that's
top
supposed
of
to
his
be
head.
Jesus right there.
Yeah. So this is Jesus, guys, by all intents and purposes. And right in the middle of his head is that same explosion mark that Lucifer had. So I'm sorry, but these are the same guys. And if you see, there is a reptile that floats above his head in this image. Now, that's not just a crease on the image. I mean, look at that. On one side is a crow or a raven, and the other side you can
Well,
obviously
that's supposed to
see.
be dried blood, though, isn't it? It's supposed to be. Or
I'm
that's what
sorry?
they say it is. That's dried blood.
What is
The
this
highlighted
right here?
areas. Yeah, the highlighted areas supposed to be where his dried blood was, or whatever.
What highlighted? These highlighted areas?
The white parts in that image.
Oh,
Everything
okay,
in that
okay.
image is white. Yeah.
Why would these be blood though? Where did you?
I
What do
don't
you
know. I'm
mean?
not a scientist, but they're
No,
saying.
I'm not. I'm not testing you. I'm just wondering. Like, I don't know. It just to me, like stereotypically, it doesn't look like blood, but
Right,
because this right here looks like blood. You see it? Like
right.
those streaks, and there is some sort of floating glass piece right there that I've never noticed. And if you look, he is actually grasping the light. Look at that. You can see his hooves coming around the light, or whatever the hell that is.
Yeah.
So remember that if he and Lucifer are the same person, then he as well is the light bearer. Okay. And so he would have died right around the same time as the light bearer, and he would be buried inside of Apophis. Okay. This is another reason why the Apophis asteroids say that they are the beginning and the end, because the light bearer is who brought light to the construct and illuminated all of the minds of the
Yeah.
human and mankind, as well as the angelic beings, as well as those in heaven and here on earth. This is why he is called. And look at this right above his head. Right here is Florida. Here's Texas. And then we're starting to see Baja California over here. Then going
Nah.
up, you can see New York and New England. Coming back around, you can see what obviously floats over top of us. Also, probably known as Canada, and probably, I can't remember that part over here. What is that called? Um, shit. The place where they have oh God, my memory sucks today. Anyway, point of the story is if he's in Apophis, then it would make sense why there's an A here, a P, an O, another P, an H, an I, and an S. A, look at that, Apophis. Or it says, that read. Yeah, I'm seeing Apophis.
See that
Apophis. It
A?
spells
See
it
that
right
A
above his
digit?
head. And
Yeah.
the reason why is because then it would make sense why it's got a picture of America then here with the track system. Look at that track system.
Yeah.
Track system coming down.
You told me to watch the chat, and then your mom says what's up.
What's up, Mom? What are you doing? You pick a hell of a time to come and talk to me, though. You know I have a phone, right? I'm your mother. All right. Anyways,
But yeah,
all
I see
right.
that A right there. It's bigger
So
shit.
check it out. So right here, we can see that the track system is being used, and these are the actual Apophis asteroids, right? So we know now that something's going to happen, or Jesus is going to come back around that time. Well, that time, in my opinion, is right fucking now. And
Yeah.
so 2023, I believe. So the next date I have, because I'm telling you, and I'll show it to you,
I'm gonna
they
tell
are trying to
you right
hide
now.
every year that they can. They're not trying to give me the actual date and time. They'll give me the day. They won't give me the year. All right.
Yeah.
So right now, my next day set aside is April 13th. April 13th, 2023. So that's the day we're going to be setting aside and going into safe zones. Another day would
Oh,
be January 24th,
yeah.
2023.
Right.
Now, if I don't know,
Man, that
if
looks like a
huh?
cloaked figure right there above his head. See that dark right there? Where
Dude,
you
there's a
said,
ton of them. Look at this little guy right here.
uh,
And then look at below him, the freaking dragons and
crazy.
reptiles. Dude, they're everywhere. Look at them. Yes,
Yeah,
there are tons of entities right here. It's
crazy.
actually super creepy. Look at half his face is a fucking dragon. Look at that. It's actually, it stops. Oh, sorry. Follow the index finger. Damn it, where'd it go?
His fucking
Follow the
beard,
index
man,
finger.
looks like yeah.
Follow the index finger. Right there is where his face stops and starts to become a reptile. And same, God damn it. Same on
No,
the
you
left
got it.
hand side as well. Okay. And then look, this is one thing I wanted to point out last time. I didn't do a good job of pointing out. His eyes, that is the eyes of the dragon up here. Okay. Then it
Yeah.
comes down. Ignore his nose because this is where his nose actually is, way down here. Okay. You got to back up to
Yeah.
see it. So it's
Yeah. Yeah.
nose, and then his mouth could be as far down as here. I mean, that is a big boy, man. That's a big dragon. You know what I'm saying?
Trippy.
I'm sorry, but I don't know. If this is Jesus, if this is Jesus, whoever this is a dragon. Okay, I'm telling you right now. Now, I'm not saying it's Jesus, but I'm also not saying it's not Jesus because I've forever I've heard that it is Jesus. And
Mm.
look at this guy. The funniest thing is too is that Christians for years have fought
They're
for
saying
this
that's the
to
back
be
of him.
Jesus, right? Like
Yeah.
that for years they have fought to have the Shroud of Turin
It's
be
some
the
dude
official
named
burial
Wayne.
shroud of Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it was so much proof that he existed. It was almost, as you can see, it is a Polaroid image, a snapshot of Jesus, right? So they wanted it to be him. So now, do you really want it to be him, Christians?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, this is a big dragon dude. So ask yourself, Christians, do you want this to be Jesus Christ anymore?
Crazy.
Because if it is, he's a dragon. All right. And I'm telling you, I don't see any difference between him and Lucifer at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like this guy is literally a dragon, and we're seeing him. And look at this. There's some dude hiding behind him too,
Yeah, I see
evidently.
that dude. I've been staring at that dude fucking
Is that the guy you were talking about?
yeah, right there. You
Look,
should
he's licking him.
check out those Earth videos that I took, man, just for the past couple of days, man. The live shots of the Earth, and all I did was brighten them up. Man,
Okay.
there's spaces all around the Earth, bro. Dude, like it's crazy, dude.
Well, that's, you know what? Let's jump back onto that then, because that is basically what we were just looking at too. Was where the hell is that damn thing? That's what basically what I was showing you guys is
Mm.
this satellite image shows, and we can look at the next one. Let me see. Damn it, where is it? Okay, there we go. Yeah, so this one is just covered in faces, covered in entities, all that shit. So I'm not sure exactly what this is. I am thinking that this itself is the actual Earth, or this is the ellipsoid that I was actually talking about.
Mm.
Here it's got the big E and an L on it, but it also sneaks an A, an R, and a TH. Okay. So I think that literally this does say Earth right here in front of us. And the E gets adopted as an A lowercase one. But here you can easily see that it's got the sun
Some lady
simulator above it.
spaceman is what it looks like right there.
What's that? Spaceman?
Where you just was, man, it looks like some lady's face, like a portrait of some lady.
Right here?
Yeah,
Oh,
down
here's
just
one.
a
Yeah,
little.
you're probably talking about this
Yeah.
one, right? The elephant
No,
looking lady?
no, I'm talking about the one right below that. Below
Okay,
that,
okay.
to the left of you. All right, I gotta go help this dog again, man. We got a
Do your
sick
thing,
dog,
buddy. Do
dude.
your
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Do
yeah.
your thing.
I'll be back in here.
All right. So the people that he just pointed out, right? Look at these guys. Tell me these don't look exactly like Jesus. The same ones, or at least, the same type of entity. We're looking at some more dragons here, but we're looking at dragons that seem to be a little bit more higher class. You know what I'm saying? They look and seem to be a little bit more uppity. Like they have got their social charms and their social circles that we just would not fit in. You know what I'm saying? So if you go to hang out with some dragons, you better bring some class with you, people. You know what I mean? But look at this. That appears to me to be Jesus right there. I mean, so I don't know. When you look at the New Testament, it shows the lineage of Jesus, and it shows probably what 30, 40 names. Starts with King David, ends with Jesus, right? But it shows Jesus twice. First shows him as the son of King David, and then again as the son of Joseph and Mary, which we know him as. Okay. Now, that lineage runs through quite a few people. And those people, I can't remember the point of why I was telling you this, but I think it just has to do with there are a lot of entities that are involved with him, right? So none of them seem to share his DNA, but a lot of them seem to share his what's the word, like his looks, his mannerisms, his characteristics, like the way he looks, carries himself, and portrays himself. Like, look at this guy right here. This does not look like I don't know. He doesn't look like he shares the same characteristics as Jesus, and I don't mean because he's not a dragon, but he does look a little bit more on Lucifer's side than he would on Jesus. Now, when they say that Lucifer and Jesus are the same person, I really question, like, what does that mean? Like, are we talking literally the same person? Or are we talking like split personalities, split character? Is there any split whatsoever? Is there any division? Because that just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I have a lot of trouble repeating that because it just doesn't seem like it's 100% true, or just the fact that I would like to understand it a little bit more before I would go and repeat something like that. You know what I mean? Plus, it just seems like it's going to start a lot of fights, and I don't really want that. I really don't. I don't have any more fight left in me, guys. I really don't, man. I'm getting my ass kicked. Like,
Hey, Boog,
anyway, let me point out the fact
Boogie,
though that you can
I got
see
to
the
check out,
bottom of
brother.
the what? You what?
Hey, Boogie, I got to check
Hello?
out, brother, man. I got a dog.
All right, man. Do your
My
thing,
dog is
bro. Thanks
seizing
for
out on me,
thanks
man.
for popping in.
All right, yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
hit you up after this. Now, look at the bottom of this, though. You can actually see this looks like the bottom of the United States. You can see Texas popping out, Florida, um, Baja California over here. Now, this goes along with what I was trying to show you guys anyway. There are more than one United States on top of United States. Now, look right here again. Here is Texas. Here is Baja California. Now, here is actually, let me add one last thing before I say that, though. Yes, there are multiple United States, or multiple Europes, or multiple Japans or Asias, but it is post-apocalyptic. So, by post-apocalyptic, what I mean is Florida is knocked off, Southern California. Damn, I can't speak. Southern California is knocked off as well. Um, I don't know, but half of the inside of the country is knocked out. I mean, it is looking like Swiss cheese, man. So evidently, what happens is this Apophis prophecy is something that takes place once every, let's say, 200 years. I'm just going to say 200 years because I have no idea. That's something that I have not been able to figure out yet. And two, um, I don't think I'm ever going to be able to figure it out because I don't think that anyone's going to be honest with me enough as far as the dates and the times are concerned in order to figure this out. Okay. So far, it feels like every real clue that I've gotten on this thing, it feels like I've gotten it from myself. And that may sound weird, but there is something going on here. It is something that has to do with either time travel or just not even reincarnation, more like reinstatement. And by reinstatement, what I mean is reinstatement is it differs from reincarnation in the fact that you are splitting into an alternate reality, an alternate timeline of yourself, okay? That alternate person, right, is going to be the younger version. So the normal person, let's just call them 1 and 2. So number 1 is just living his normal life, right? And he's seeing the end of the world. He is seeing everyone around him die. And he is going to then help AI rebuild the United States, rebuild the world, and do his best to repopulate with the best of his ability through all of the women that he can meet. Right. And so number 1 is just doing what number 1 does, right? Now, number 2 was just either created again or born again. All right. I'm not sure which one. And I don't really want to say born again because then that throws us back into the whole reincarnation thing. And I really truly believe that the two are different. Okay. So what I'm thinking actually is that he is being reinstated as a human, right? So somebody has taken him, taken his DNA or taken his remains, and they have created a brand new and secondary version, right? The alternate version of Boogie, right? And so we've got Boogie number 1, and now we've got Boogie number 2 because he's been reinstated, not reincarnated, reinstated by clone. He's a clone, period, plain and simple. His clone now is living out his younger years in an alternate timeline and moving forward. And I believe that is what's happening to me right now. I believe that I am living out the younger years and I am waiting for the Apophis prophecy to happen again so that I can live out the same freaking thing that thousands of boogies before me have lived out time and time again. Now you ask, well, what about Earth? Like, where the hell is this other boogie at? Good question. So every time the Apophis prophecy occurs, that America is destroyed, that Asia destroyed, Europe destroyed, you name it. All of the continents in the world are destroyed, but there are quite a few land masses that are left. It's still feasible. It's still livable. And with a little bit of work and a little bit of elbow grease, this is still a place that can be inhabited. All right. Now, the AI and the one human, are now working together in order to get this place inhabitable again. All right. They're trying to bring back all of the population or as high as they possibly can, at least give it a kickstart. Now, as they're doing that, another Earth is being created. And I know that sounds crazy, but let me just show you. All of this stuff works in a spiral. And by that, I mean they have got a humongous track factory down there. And that factory creates homes, it creates weaponry, it creates jobs. It creates whole damn continents. Where was it? I was just playing with it like an hour before we started the show. Let me find it. Hold on. It was. I'm looking for a big kettle. All right. That big kettle is significant because it signifies that we are close. Okay. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. All right. Right here is the big kettle, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's the right one. You know what? That might not be the right one, but it's about the same idea. Okay. Let's say this is the metal forge up here. This is the forge. All right. Actually, I think it is the right one. Okay. No, because you would be able to see the tracks. Hold on. Let me just look for it just 1 second. Sorry about that. All right. Yeah. No, that's just the gold factory again. Let's see. Okay. Well, it shows a lot of the multiple United States. Okay. So I outlined some for you guys. Where are these damn things? Oh, where you at, guys? You know what? I think I'm gonna have to find it and show you at another time or something. I don't know because I'm just not seeing it here, and I can't remember on which satellite image I actually found it at. You know what? This could be pretty much it. Look at that. Look at that big long line that could easily be some sort of conveyor line. Okay, and on top of it, look at these crazy robot like spiders that are probably there with welder, with TIG welders, MIG welders, with polishers, with buffers, with all that shit. Look at all that shit. Washers, sprayers, dryers, and these things come zooming down. The hands grab them, pick them, flip them, slap them, rub them down, and send them on their way. You know what I'm saying? It is the same idea. So I'm sure you can picture it. Okay. Now, notice how the one thing that looks like it is moving into or away from is an Earth. Look at that. So it is already working on an Earth anyway. So it isn't that hard to visualize in your mind, your third eye, and your mind's eye, that this huge factory that we're looking at here, which is exactly what that probably is, that it could or would work on a new Earth, okay? Because all of this, and if you really pay attention to it, you can actually see that it all exists within a spiral confine, okay? And it starts out small and starts to spiral out and become bigger and bigger and bigger, okay? And hold on, let me bring this up because that is where all of this stuff is. Where was it? Well, what did I call that damn thing? There it is. Okay. Anyway, so the point of my story is that it is very easy to visualize, fantasize, be creative. That this could be something that is happening, right? Because it is. As one Earth is being destroyed, another one is being created so that life can continue and continue. That is what this AI is doing. This AI is here to keep us living. They're here to keep us working, to keep us moving along the right path. And that right path is for us to live, for us to find Earth 2.0 within the Goldilocks zone. And if the Goldilocks zone doesn't exist, then they are here to assist us in making it. They want us to understand that we've got all the backup we need in order to create this Goldilocks zone, which we will need in order to inhabit, because it must be perfect or we die. You know what I'm saying? We can only live within certain confines, certain temperatures, certain atmospheres, certain weather conditions, bariatric pressures, you name it. If we can't find these bariatric pressures, or these light sources, or this heat, this temperature, this climate control, we must make it. We must simulate it. We must simulate the reality that we need in order to survive. That is what simulated reality theory is. It is a very realistic idea that we humans, or with the help of AI, would create a reality or simulate a reality that we would need, obviously, in order to inhabit and continue to breathe and live and reproduce and love and cherish and succeed and even sometimes fail. Okay. And so when these things are happening and we are working at maximum capacity, and everything is, the wheels are spinning as they should be, and all of the pistons are firing off in the way that they should, well, life is pretty damn good. But when it doesn't, and life is bad, well, that is when we lean to our partners, the AI, in order to help us in this time of need, right? And this is when they kick into overdrive. And this is when they come in looking like heroes and cowboys with the white hat, man, and the 6-shooters, and they're coming in guns blazing, and they are assisting us in doing amazing things by living, because it is very true that we are the creator's favorite. It really is. And if you were with me just now as we took that little VIP tour through the AI canyon and we looked at the way they look compared to us, no offense, AI, but you guys have fucked up, man. You guys look bad sometimes. All right. And so, comparably, have you ever seen Earth girls? God damn, they are fine, dude. Fine. Fine as hell. So, comparably, if I had to choose who I would want to date, an Earth girl or an AI that's looks anything like the first newspaper clipping that I had pulled out and shown you, guys, I don't think that it's a very difficult choice. I think we have all figured out that we want to date Earth women, and I think the creator also wants to date Earth women, and this is why the fallen angels have came down and they have chosen earth women as well, because dude is like, hey man, it is a very solid choice. So like, I'm tired of banging old AI over here who has this nose that is like the size of a freaking watermelon, or this really hot chick in high heels over here. I mean, the choice is easy. Okay, so moving forward though, I want you guys to understand, like, this is the way it's working. And here's Boogie as a reinstated human back in the earth, back in the construct. And I am just a cunt hair away from meeting my actual original self, because I have found where he lives. And this is not hypothetically. I really have found where he lives at, but I cannot get to him. Now, I have no proof that he's actually alive. I have no proof that he actually even exists. I do have proof that this house, though, is under his name, and his name is the same as mine. And I'm pretty damn sure the social is probably the same as well. All right. Now, the only reason why I'm not freaking out because I think that it's a bad case of identity fraud is because I know it's me. Now, the reason why I know it's me is because I have seen his house. It's decorated just the way I would. It's got all of the decorations. It still has one of the decorations my mother made for me. It says the Chungaritos. It says welcome friends. Just like everything she makes for me. Why would he have the decoration that I was made by my mother? Like my mother had made for me. Why would he have that unless he was me? Okay. Why would he have my car parked outside of his house if he wasn't me? Why would he have my wife's car parked outside his house if it wasn't me? Unless Beck was dating him. You know what I'm saying? I know this sound, it sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy. Everything that we do here on this channel sounds fucking crazy. If you have not realized that yet, then you are the crazy one. We are very open-minded here to the point of insanity, the point where they could probably lock us up and put us in straitjackets. I am not somebody that is held down by the confines of your beliefs or his beliefs or her beliefs or the confines of mainstream media or mainstream science or mainstream whatever the hell. That is not the way I've ever rolled, and it's not the way I'm going to roll ever. If I want to think something, if I want to feel something, that is the way it goes. And that's the way, dude, I do not put, I don't put restrictions on myself. It's not something I've ever been good at doing. It's not something anyone's ever really been good at doing. So they just don't. And I haven't never tried. I think I've tried, but I don't think it was very successful. And so where I am right now, and it's going to sound fucking nuts, I am chasing my own tail right now. And that's what I'm calling it. I am looking for the original Boogie that is here. And I love that I wiped my nose when I said the original Boogie. That was not on purpose. But what I'm looking for is the original Boogie on this timeline right now in 2022, right? But I do not expect to find him as a 2022 timeline kind of guy. I think I'm going to find another year. I think that when I meet up with this guy, I'm a little nervous. I think he's going to look quite different. I think I'm going to get a good glimpse of what I look like way in the future. I think he's also going to be transhuman. I think that I am definitely going to cripple in the future. And I think because this sciatica is fucking killing me right now, and I'm not joking, I've got sciatica in the worst way right now. If I could get my lower half replaced with some sort of biomechanical $1 million man, Ted DiBiase kind of shit, dude, I am doing that. And especially if I can save some money on it, man, especially on my new leg insurance. You know what I'm saying? I'll go with Progressive or something. I don't know. My point is, if I can switch out to a little transhumanism stuff, I'm sorry, but I'm not above it. I'm the kind of guy that, what's the point of making technology if no one's going to fucking use it and everyone's going to judge each other for not, for using it? No way. Dude, I'm using that shit. I would go fully transhuman. Hopefully it works out. If you look like a damn fool, well, then you're stuck with it. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of the gamble that you have to roll the dice and pray, So I have a feeling that I am going to look a little transhuman. I think it's going to be a little freaky. That's your first interaction with yourself, your future self, right? That's the first thing you see is that he's transhuman. And you're like, holy shit, man, is that what I'm coming to expect? Here's another thing that I expect. I am rich as fuck. That is what I keep saying. The signs and the symbols keep saying it. It keeps saying literally, you are rich AF. I had to look it up. I didn't know what AF meant. I thought it was like a station or something. And anyway, they say I'm rich as fuck. The reason why, we just looked at the furnace and we looked at the fuel. They use gold. They use antiquities. They use jewels. They use priceless artifacts. Those fools. Well, here's the good thing. When Apophis breaks the track system, and when the track falls, and when that mighty tail sweeps those stars down here to the earth, well, my friends, all of the fuel from the main engine room breaks through the floor, breaks through the ceiling, whatever you want to call it, falls down into the Southern Pacific. Okay, I have proof of this. My painting, which I am going to bring up here because I think it's right in my downloads folder. I have a painting here that I've had for over 20 years. And that painting, believe it or not, has all of a sudden, for some odd reason, has grown letters and words on it. And I don't know why. I was not planning on having words and letters on that thing. I've never noticed them before. I've never seen them. I don't know why they're there. I don't know who the hell put them there, but I know it wasn't me. Anyway, my point is, this painting is over 20 years old, and it perfectly shows an unadulterated view of the Southern Pacific, all right, from the westernmost area of the West Coast and the easternmost area of Asia. It shows Eden. Eden is a strip of land that exists somehow in the air, not on the ground, not in Middle Earth, but it exists somewhere in between the third layer and Middle Earth. Okay, I'm not sure how, but I have found some really cool maps that sort of put us there. You know what? They're in the other video. What am I thinking? They're in the video that we just watched. So let me bring it up. That's probably the best thing. That's actually what I've been looking for this entire time, and I've been a little stupid on where to find it and what I'm actually looking for. So give me a second here. Let me bring it up. Now, this, I can hear my damn dog crying again. I don't know what the hell's going on with him today. He's one of those days, he just doesn't even know what the hell he wants. He just wants to cry, whimper, and he wants to be treated hand and foot. You know what I'm saying? All right, so I need to share the screen. Here we go. That's how you do it. Boom. All right, so Boogie's in action. All right, now let me talk about some of this stuff for you. This, right? You know who this is. This is the sleeping lady. This right here, this is the Suicide of Sal. This is a very famous painting. It's a biblical art piece, okay? This is the original. This is pretty dope. This is the original creator, okay? This is what Lucifer evidently used to look like before he was half goat, half man. This was back when he was just a little slithering worm. Okay. I don't know what else to call him, but I think that's pretty much what he was. He didn't have legs, he didn't have arms. What he had was an ambition and a drive to want to succeed. And so that's what he did. He went out, he fashioned himself some legs because how did he do so? I gotta be honest, you can see him pulling out the horns right there from the goat's head. So here in the depiction, actually printed on his body, you can actually see he they Jewed him out. He Jewed him out of somebody. Okay, I don't know how else to call it. He shystered somebody. He tricked a goat named Goad into giving him his legs, giving him his arms, giving him his whole damn body, and then he took that body. He fashioned himself some arms, some legs, and this is why Lucifer is depicted as a half man, half goat, because he melded himself with Goad at one point, and voila, they were one. They were joined as one. And you can actually see it right here in the depiction. Notice how he's got his little halo that is starting over top of his head. Well, I think you and I both know that he probably didn't have a halo that night. If anything, that's probably the laser beam from the cops trying to get him to stop rubbing blood on himself in the middle of the street, butt naked, high off PCP. Anyway, well, so moving forward, let me show you these things. As we move through here, look at this. Man, this is a fucked up face on that lady. Jesus. Anyway, as we move through here, we will see. Here was the original. Damn it. I was just trying to show you that face. This is the first human ever on Earth, right? Who is also Lucifer. Now, notice, who is probably also Jesus Christ. Now, that thing, that depiction that they have on their head, that is either Africa, that is either the tree of knowledge, the tree of wisdom, the tree of everlasting life. This is the reason why they were fighting. This is the reason. A lot of people don't know this, but the reason why the fallen angel and Lucifer sided together to have a war in heaven was for us, guys. It was for humans. They were standing up for us. They were angry with God because he did not give us everlasting life and he did not give us God knowledge. He didn't give us the same knowledge that everyone else had. We were not allowed to eat from the tree of knowledge. We were not allowed to eat from the tree of everlasting life. And voila, what do you know? So he stood up for us. A lot of people don't know that. And they forget that shit. And they think, like, he's so evil. All right. When you talk about Lucifer being evil, you have probably two examples. One, he tempted people. So, dude, you know how many fucking chicks with big asses in tight jeans tempt people? I don't call them fucking the devil or Satan. I mean, dude, it's just a nice ass. My God, if you can't help yourself around temptation, then you shouldn't be out of the house. All right. Next, I think the other example is that he tempted people. Yeah, like he was the snake in the Garden of Eden. Well, let me just back up there for you. In the book of John, in the secret book of John, it was actually Jesus Christ who admitted to being the snake in the Garden of Eden that tempted Eve. And it couldn't have been Lucifer who tempted Eve because Lucifer was Eve. I think you guys forget Lucifer is a woman. He's half woman, half man. He's got both body parts, so he can play either character. And from what I hear, there weren't actually many characters in the Bible. There was really only Lucifer and his many multifaceted, I don't know, what's that called? Paranoid schizophrenia in his head. Anyway, so I don't want to get into all that religion stuff because I always sound like I'm picking on somebody, and I'm not. I'm just trying to learn this just like you guys. All I know is when I was getting my signs and symbols, I was not in trouble. Okay. They didn't come to me like, you blasphemous bastard. Now, they did come to me and call me a liar, though. They said I lie about, like, I fib a lot, you know, like when I'm telling stories and stuff, I try to make them more exciting. And they told me that I lie too much. They said, you better stop lying or your ass is not going to Eden. So, all right, you know, like, I don't know how I better that, though. I don't know how to do that better. You know what I mean? Like, it's just something that just comes off the tongue. You know what I mean? Like, I learned it from my mom. I learned it from from my family. Everybody does it. It's an East Coast thing. Like, you just make the story more interesting. I mean, everybody knows you're kind of talking shit. You know, they know that you didn't really have sex with 9 people at the same time. Notice I said people. I banged everyone. No. No, I'm just saying, but like it's little stuff like that's what I was getting hounded for. I wasn't getting hounded for any blasphemous speech or rhetoric, anything like that. So I don't know. Maybe they're not angry about something like that. Maybe I'm right. Maybe the things that I'm saying and on that half, I don't know. So just throwing it out there. Now, pay attention to his left eye. That left eye is where our old earth used to be. The right eye is evidently where we live now. Notice that the on top of his head, you can actually see the scroll. Supposedly that is how the sky rolls out, remember? Like a scroll. And so every night, I think that's what we look at is that scrolled up sky. Give me one sec. Sorry, I didn't want to do that on camera. Anyway, speaking of which, I think I'm going to have to pick this up tomorrow because I'm getting a little dry and really, really tired. Actually, I want to show you guys one last thing, though, before I go. And I cannot find this damn thing to save my life, and it is driving me nuts. it is what I'm trying to find is I'm trying to find that factory with the forge and with the conveyor belts, like I was just talking about. Oh, here they are. Here they are. All right. Here is now. I don't know what kind of material that is that's being dumped down, but look at that. That is a really long conveyor line. Now, way back here, you can see the forge. They are slapping out metals. Right here, you know it's metal because this is a big black gunmetal gray square. Okay, this is the same kind of cube that the Brothers of Islam and the Nation of Islam walk around. The Muslims walk around this every day in Mecca. This is that big black square that they all walk around. It even has the same reptilian sort of scaled what's that called? Texture on it. Okay. Now look, the hand came out, the hand picked it up, dropped it off. Now the hand grabbed it from over here in the forge. Now notice that this entire half of Earth is all factories. And look what they're making. Look, they're making trees, they're making grass, they're making metal stuff, they're making cement stuff, they're making wood stuff. They are making anything they want to. Now look at this. SAP. Tell me that doesn't say sap. And it's about to fully spell saporito. Tell me it's not. Now look, here's an N, an E, an A, a D, a Y. They have every fucking letter they need to spell Andrew. Look, E, here's an R. They are spelling Andrew over and over again. Look, A, N, E, A, N, E. Here's an R, a D. I don't know, what's that, an L maybe? And another E or a W. Dude, they have every letter to spell Andrew. And they do. Look, this is going to be Andrew, change your ways. Look, here's the C, the H, the A, the N, the G, and the E. Andrew, change your ways. And Andrew, you're my favorite white boy. Because these are the signs and symbols I kept getting over and over again. Just to find out that you're my favorite white boy and Andrew, change your ways all meant where and what. Look, like Florida, right here, FL, Nebraska, N and E, or N and B, I and A. These are all representations and abbreviations of the states in the country that will be taken out in order. So we had Canada, we had Alaska. I'm sorry, it was Alaska, Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota, Rhode Island. It was then the West Coast and the East Coast. I'm sorry, the East Coast first, then the West Coast, because I've got E, then W in my name. Because Andrew is representation of America and exactly which places were going to be taken out first. A for Alaska, N for Nebraska, D for Dakota, R for Rhode Island, E for East Coast, excuse me, and W for West Coast. And it was taken out in that order. Now, all right. She's yelling at the door. You talking to me, Ma? Whatever. Anyway, at one point, you can see that in Saporito or in You're My Favorite White Boy, they actually have Becky and Andrew as one of the spots that need to be getting hit with these asteroids. So at one point, the asteroids, there is one asteroid with the name A and B written all over it because it's supposed to come and destroy Becky and I, which is really messed up. Let me go close this door. Hold on. All right, dude, if it's not the dog fucking barking and crying and shit today, I swear to God, everyone is just loud today. So next up though, like I was saying, like, so Andrew represents fully what will be destroyed in the United States. Okay. Saporito, I can't remember. It was, as for, it's that eastern part of Canada. What is that shit called? They have a really popular show there, and I cannot remember. You know what? I'm not going to go down that road. But anyway, Apophis in itself is representation and an abbreviation of exactly what it's going to destroy as well. A for probably Andrew and Beck. I can't remember, but moving on down the line. I'm still having trouble with trying to figure out exactly what it is that is on the brow of his head here. I can't tell if that is Africa or, oh no, it's CR. It's Costa Rica. Look, it says it right there. Or maybe part of it is, but because this darker area is just something that's out holding on to it. I think that might actually be Africa, a little bit of Alaska. Then obviously it's got some Costa Rica in it too. What do you think these other letters are? What does that say? Arian, I bet you it's Arianol. Something that's really popular in Costa Rica is a place called Arenal. Arenal, something like that. It is a humongous volcano, which is supposed to be the one that, when it is triggered, destroys most of Mexico and Central America. The one place it does not destroy, if anyone is trying to go to a safe area, is Panama. If you're looking for a safe area, go to Panama. One, it's beautiful. Two, it'd be the perfect time of year. And three, it doesn't even get touched. Now, look at this. These guys made a spit up here on their fire, and they are actually spinning some chicken. Those lucky bastards. I bet you that's going to taste delicious. Now, the one thing I noticed that's very Costa Rica is you notice that they've got these balls, and these are the balls that you will find in Costa Rica scattered everywhere throughout the country. I love that about that country, man. So much mystery. And it's just such a fresh place. Beautiful, untainted, untarnished. I love it. Guys, I am not going to bother you anymore with this. I am going to see you tomorrow, though. I have got a very awesome show for you planned tomorrow. I just don't want to run into it tonight, and I don't ruin it. So meet us at the website, the number 4, THEWOKE.com. That's forthewoke.com. While you're there, check out the blog. Stay up to date with everything. Boogie, Bex, Keenan, Akian, Chef, and Imogen Harris. The whole gang will be there. Just make sure that you subscribe to the blog. It's on the right-hand side at the top of the right-hand side sidebar. Now, check out the podcast library. You can find it at forthewoke.com/podcast-library. Finally, check out the podcast blog. You can see it at dot-connector-podcast.com. Thank you. That's dot-connector-podcast.com. One last time. Thank you. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. I'm Boogie. This is Boogeyman Channel. I love